Okay, I've just completed the the second turn, January 1937. Not too much crazy stuff happened. Last turn I forgot to place all the ships that were in the place units boxes for everybody, so I've done that this turn. They have not moved any further. All right, let's hit the highlights here. So the Axis controlled did not attack anything this turn. They reinforced one infantry from here up to here, and lend-leased a mountain from the Germans and regular infantry from the Italians. These guys did bring the stuff in and attack this. They lost the probably in the aircraft and the cavalry. They lost that, so the cavalry, but it did score a hit, so it evened out. Their recruitment roll, they were unsuccessful on both sides. Germany this turn built 3 submarines, and when it annexed Bohemia here, I brought a whole pile of units in there just in case, so those units will be there for the Slovakian resistance example. And see, what did Russia do? Russia just moved some units around. Nothing crazy. I just pulled some stuff from the borders and prepared in case you signed the pact up there. Kind of beefed up the borders a little bit, pulling these guys back. The big thing that happened is these guys got aligned. They rolled a 1 flukily, so even though they spent the extra buck 2 turns, they did get it, so that's a lot of units. So income-wise, these guys are equally matched. The last couple turns, I purchased 2 infantry and now 2 cavalry for here because I was going to attack the capital there. I may still do that. Something has to happen. They're kind of evenly matched, so Japan's going to have to keep an eye on this and not let it get out of control. The Japanese, again, they pulled themselves out of that. They did not make another factory, but they did build 2 more of the elite Marines and 2 regular Marines this turn. So now the Japanese have a total of 6 Marines available to themselves. Considering that's their primary way of attacking everything, it just makes sense. Now, with that many Marines, you should be able to absorb double casualty hits on the first round, and I can, slide some regular infantry in with those. Let's see, what else happened? These guys built a Gurkha, reinforced some infantry, and used a transport to move 2 infantry there. The French are moving this guy from here. I don't know really what I'm doing with it, but I mean, maybe I'll put him down here or something. We'll see. Anything can happen with that. And the Italians used that transport they built last turn to bring down a tactical and a mountain from here and up in Sicily. So they'll be better able to work here. Russia and Britain didn't spend any money on this since it looked like it was a winner. And then the French did anyway. And I brought that stuff down with Italy. I just wanted to see how that would work out. And I think it's going to be ugly for both sides. And Italy's probably going to be really hating themselves if they do it. So we'll see. I'll give that a shot. Italy built another transport again. And because the Germans built all those subs on their turn, I just put a bunch of British units on escort duty. This entire line is covered. This line all the way down to here is covered except for this one space. Everything through the Mediterranean is covered with escorts. And because they've removed the French markers on here, I don't feel confident using French ships to cover somebody else's convoy lines on escorts unless you're actually aligned. It just seems silly that you would do that. So we'll see. So yeah, I built a bunch of subs for Germany, and now as a result, we've done some crazy stuff. There's also medium bombers was moved down to the Midlands, and now it's been put, or sorry, no, yeah, it was moved down to the Midlands, and now it's put on combat air patrol in there along with the cruiser escort. So we'll see what we do there. Yeah. So that was the grand total of most of what happened in the turn. The biggest highlights are this is looking like there's getting to be quite a bit of units here, so I'm not sure what's going to happen next turn. Probably next turn or the turn after that. Depends on what happens if there's some bad rolls in round one. This is going to be something spicy to watch, because I've had it now in my game, and I've watched a YouTube game there where Hilltop Pillbox just had the same thing. Once you get this, your next turn you're rolling at 4, and then you can pay a little bit extra money so that you're rolling actually a little bit higher for this one, and then you got one more, so you pay a little bit more, and you can get another one, another. You get all these units, and then it's totally overbalances the mix in here. So maybe the KMT should do something immediately. And then there's also the option where Japan can watch, and once the KMT or the CCP gets to a point where they're going to be at parity, when the neutral warlords align to KMT, they might do some kind of, preliminary strike, maybe take the island out or something simple like that, just to convert the rest, and then it's a 50-50 in there. I'm going to try that out this turn, I think, or this game, if that comes up as an option. And there you go. So I did align Bohemia to Germany. Let me just crank that up. So I aligned Bohemia to Germany, so Germany went up 1. Britain went up 1 again, so they were at 11, then 12 and 13. France is now at 8. Otherwise, everybody else is the same. These guys haven't attacked anybody, so they're still collecting their three oil bonus a turn. And then we have our technology here. Just walk around this thing. Let me back up a little bit. There we go. Get the whole thing in view. So technology, Germany moved this one up. The Russians and the British started one here. The Americans fluked out, and they got 3 of the ones they need for their point. Otherwise, nobody really got any real hits this turn. It was pretty bad rolling for everybody except for the U.S. I mean, Germany did get 1 out of 4, but it's not really the one they really wanted. But it is what it is. So, yeah, and I'll leave it there. So that was January 37, and we're going to move on to July 37 next. I'm going to show whatever happens in that quick flick.